Good afternoon. Today we're joined by a famous physicist, chemist, and a world scientist, Mr. Hans Christian Oersted from Denmark. Good to have you here, sir.
Good to be here.
Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Hans Christian Oersted. I was born on August 14, 1777 in Rudkøbing, Denmark.
What are you famous for?
Electromagnetism, the fact that electric currents create magnetic fields.
What field did you work in?
I mainly worked in the field of physics and chemistry.
Name one experiment that you performed, include if you worked with anybody else.
In 1820, I demonstrated the existence of the relationship between flow of electric current and magnetism.
What problem were you trying to solve? What questions were you trying to answer, and why?
I noticed the close analogies between magnetism and electricity. For example, when a steel rod is heated, a loss in magnetism and an increase in electrical conductivity appear. And again, it was commonly believed that the magnetic north was set accidentally. In my studies, I have tried to find a scientific explanation for that.
How did technology help pioneer your experiment, and what forms of technology did you use?
The development of electrical studies helped me in my experiment. I used a battery, a current conductive wire, and of course, a magnetic compass.
Briefly describe your experiments, include how you came up with the experiment.
Gladly. Well, when I placed a magnetic compass below a electric current, like this, it's parallel to the current causes the needle to move perpendicular to the wire. See how it's moving? Okay. And again, when I switch the direction of the flow of electricity, we can see that the needle turns to the opposite direction, but still perpendicular to the wire. See how it's moving the other way, the compass. Yeah.
How did your experiments and findings contribute to society?
Thanks to these findings, a new branch of physics was discovered, electromagnetism. That later on led to further studies and scientific publication on matter that once were commonly accepted, and of course, the future technological impacts are enormous.
How were your findings perceived by society? Were they embarrassed or were they banned, and why?
Well, my findings were accepted, and I even received the Copley Medal from the Royal Society of London, among other awards.
Did you perform any other experiment or try to solve any other problems?
In later years, I turned my attentions to the compression of gases, liquids, and invented a device that could determine their compressibility.
How did your findings change the way we understand science today? How did your accomplishments contribute to your field?
After the intensive study in the field of electromagnetism, it is now known that the Earth's gravity is linked to the electromagnetism effects of the planet core. And also, it is now discovered that it is an electromagnetic shield that protects the planet from dangerous solar flares. The new science community used the discovery of electromagnetism to create new technological advances like electromagnet used to transport any heavy lift.
Did you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes, I had a younger brother, Andrei Sando, who later became the state minister.
Which university did you attend, sir?
I attended the University of Copenhagen, where I studied pharmacy, astronomy, chemistry, and math.
What was the last discovery that you got with Michael Faraday?
Michael Faraday and I made the first toilet.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oersted. Thank you for your time.
Good to be here.